Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we're playing a little bit of Rakdos Sacrifice. So this is a deck you've probably come across before on the ladder, but it utilizes cards like Witch's Oven and Blood Tithe Harvesters and Oni-Cult Anvils and Mayhem Devils to essentially get a whole load of incremental damage and incremental value off sacrificing things, and then using that to slowly kind of drain or burn the opponent out of the game. Now, regular viewers will know I'm not a huge fan of either playing with or against these kind of decks, just because I think the actions around sort of Witch's Oven and Oni-Cult Anvil, I think there are too many game actions, and it becomes quite frustrating, just the amount of time that it takes. But I appreciate these are popular decks in the format, and you will come across them from time to time, so I don't think there's anything wrong with devoting a little bit of channel time to playing them from time to time. So we are playing this particular version of Rakdos Sacrifice that does use the full 4 copies of Oni-Cult Anvil. So this is a 2-mana artifact that whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, you create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token, and you can tap it, sacrifice an artifact to deal 1 damage to each opponent so you gain 1 life. So it kind of becomes self-sustaining in that way. It creates constructs which you can then sacrifice. Sacrificing them on your turn creates another construct. It's all good. And we are also running 2 copies of Ojer Axonil, Deepest Might. This is one of the gods from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and this one says if a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than this creature's power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to Ojer Axonil's power instead. So if we do have to have both of these on the battlefield, each of our Oni-Cult Anvil pings will hit them for 4, so that's a little bit of a neat interaction. And then obviously, like any self-respecting sacrifice deck, we are running 4 copies of Mayhem Devil. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, it deals 1 damage to any target. And then the rest of the deck is built around those kind of mechanics. So we've got 4 copies of Cauldron Familiar, obviously loops with Witch's Oven to create a kind of a constantly occurring loop where each turn you can sacrifice the cat, make a food using the oven, and then sacrifice the food to bring back the cat and drain the opponent for 1. 4 copies of Claim the Firstborn, which allows us to steal an opponent's creature, which we can then untap and hopefully then sacrifice it either to the Witch's Oven or with a Deadly Dispute, which is a card, a 2-mana instant that has an additional cost of sacrificing an artifact or creature, and you draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. Unlucky Witness, just another 1/1 for 1 that we can sacrifice for value. 4 copies of Blood Tithe Harvester, 3/2 that comes with a blood token. Croxer, Titan of Death's Hunger. Sorry, I almost said Titan of Nature's Wrath because I've been playing a bit of Timeless. Not that one. It is Croxer, so this not only has a kind of inbuilt sacrifice trigger, but also helps rip the opponent's hand apart and could come back as a big 6/6 creature later on. And then to round off the main deck, the non-lands in the main deck, we have 4 copies of Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Not surprising that we are playing red and playing this card. And then lands, we've got a lot of dual lands, a couple of basic lands, 3 basic lands, 2 Den of the Bugbear, and 1 Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Those are creature lands, and then 1 Ramanap Ruins as well. Then in the sideboard, we've got 4 copies of Thoughtseize, so we can bring that in if we need to disrupt the opponent's hand. Feed the Swarm, destroy target creature or enchantment, so this is a good way of dealing with opponents who not only we need to kill their creatures, but also their enchantments as well. Damping Sphere, again, we've seen this before, shutting down Nykthos, shutting down Lotus Field. Kolagon's Command, we run 1 copy of that just to... it's often a very powerful 2-for-1 against certain opponents, so that's worth keeping an eye on. 2 copies of Obnixilis the Adversary, so this is a casualty planeswalker, so we can sacrifice a creature as it enters the battlefield to create a copy of it, so you can get 2 copies of Obnixilis. 3 Leyline of the Void, because we do need some graveyard hate, but would prefer it to not affect our own graveyard. And then 1 copy of the Meathook Massacre, just as some modulated mass removal, so we can use that against opponents who are going wide and causing us some problems with their creatures. So can bring that in as well. So that is the deck. Rakdos Sacrifice, as I say, not my favourite, but I think an important one to showcase on the channel. This interaction between Oni-Cult Anvil and Ojer Axonil is quite fun, so maybe we can make that happen. So yeah, let's go and see how we go on with this. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Okay, let's get to it. So we have Oven and Cat. So let's get Oven into play. Is this a Phoenix deck of some description? Could well be. Let's start popping our cats into play. Okay, well, I'll just sacrifice it. I'll just play another cat, I think, here. Shredder. Okay, that's fine. Phoenix goes to the bin. So let's bring our cat back. Let's kill their Shredder. Play Oni-Cult Anvil. Start the loop. Okay, we are certainly hitting the opponent for damage. See what they can do about it. Okay, let's get another Anvil into play. Let's play Unlucky Witness. Stick a cat in the oven. Bring the cat back. Sack our artifacts. Pass the turn. Okay, well they've got the torch, the tower, and the fiery impulse. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Okay. So let's stick this in the oven. Play the Cauldron Familiar. Sack. 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 Very good. Okay, Oni-Cult Anvil doing some good work for us there. So, we definitely want Leyline of the Void in this matchup. Kolagon's command is okay. To be honest, I think this is a reasonably good matchup just with our main deck. Fatal Push is fine, Claim the Firstborn's fine. What's not so good here? Maybe Croc. Yeah, Crox's not great. And this is a bit vulnerable to removal and counter spells. But then it does come back. Yeah, maybe let's just trim a deadly dispute and one claim the firstborn, just because it can't hit Phoenix. So, and yeah, it can steal a Ledger Shredder, but I've got other things for those. So, yeah, this is decent enough. It's not the quickest. Huh. Great. Well, thanks for showing up. Okay, well, that's a decent interaction for us anyway. I won't play Fable into that, but looks like we're doing okay here. They might have a counterspell for Oni-Cult Anvil. Yep. It's not the worst. We didn't really have anything to get it going anyway. Lack of land's a bit sad here. Let's try a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. It's a pretty expensive way of dealing with it, but... Ah, so they're running the Demilich version. Okay. So let's ditch just a single Fatal Push, I think. And I think we should get Leyline of the Void down while they're tapped out. Pass the turn. Interesting. Okay. So let's Fatal Push Demilich. Play Mayhem Devil. Pass the turn. Leaving up 6 mana. Okay, that's pretty cheeky. Fortunately, we have a decent answer to that. Do we need a 5th land? No, I might just keep that for discarding purposes. Okay, well, they'll have to run out of stuff to do eventually. Yep, let's ditch both these lands. Play Oven. Not really doing anything else at the moment, unfortunately. Can't claim that, which is just depressing. They can't hardcast Treasure Cruise here. Okay, yep. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's play Harvester. Then we've got quite a neat little interaction going on here. Sure thing. Okay, I could steal that at some point. Less happy to see that. So let's stick the witness in the oven. Let's play another harvester. Copy this harvester. Use it to kill their phoenix. Now let's nick their ledger shredder. Attack the opponents. Stick the shredder in the oven. Pass the turn. Okay, well, that's something, I suppose, for them. Now, the Cauldron Familiar is not doing very much for us here while they have Hearse, so let's get rid of that. Well, there's no point trying to bring it back, I suppose. Send both of our harvesters at the opponent. Okay, well, I'll just do that now then. So I could just do this again, well, because they're not going to make that mistake again, so let's just do this now. Leave it on the battlefield. Get them down to 3, pass the turn. Even though this wasn't in our opening hand, it's still done some pretty good work here. It's meant their phoenixes are just not coming back. Maybe neither are they. Very good. Excellent. Didn't even need Ojer Axonil. Oven, but no cat. Claim the firstborn. It's probably good enough that we get to take their first play. Yeah, we'll keep this. I could see an argument for shipping it as well. No creature until turn 3 is a little bit on the rough side, but fortunately we have an answer. Okay, Bank Buster down, so let's play Harvester. Pass the turn. Scratch my face. Ah, there we are. Okay, I think I will probably steal this. I will attack the opponent, create a treasure token, shove this in the oven, then play our own Fable. That's a pretty neat turn, I think. Hopefully they might just play something like Shieldred now. That would be pretty spicy. Because we could just Fatal Push it and then push through even more damage. Interesting. To be honest, I quite like everything in this hand, so I don't think I'm going to discard anything at all. Really frighten them. Yep. Okay, well they've got a reasonable amount of removal, but nothing that's particularly threatening to me. Let's play the devil. Trespass is a bit annoying just because it's got the ward ability. Okay. What's this? Crew 3, okay. Oh, that was aggressive. Okay. I think I might just Fatal Push this before they get some cards off it. Now let's steal their Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Use it to copy our Mayhem Devil. Send in the old devil. Now let's stick it in the oven. Ping the opponent. Ping the opponent again. Yeah, we'll Deadly Dispute one of these. Ping the opponent twice again. Yep. Didn't think they'd stick around much longer after that. So, the opponent's on Rakdos Midrange, so Kolagon's command is probably decent here. How do I feel about the adversary? Nah, I think it's just okay. I probably won't Feed the Swarm just for some additional removal, but apart from that, I think we are pretty well set up for this matchup. What's Ojer Axonil doing for us here? Probably not a huge amount, so let's take that out. What else? What else? Croxer? Yeah, let's just trim Croxer, because Trespass is a pretty good answer to it. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand. Yeah, not going to complain about this at all. So we've got Oven on 1. Then we can either Familiar into Push or play Harvester. Yeah, it's all come that Millhouse. But I am going to get Thought Seized, which is a shame, so our Oven's probably gone here, but... Yep. Oh well. I'll just play the cat. We can ditch a land here, I think. Let's play Harvester. Croxer is annoying, but we do have Fatal Push for it if it does come back. Okay, so let's Deadly Dispute our Blood token. It's pretty good. Let's play Claim the Firstborn. Attack. Stick the token in an oven. Wow, this is a fairly brutal combination we've got going on here. We do have a Fatal Push for anything difficult they might play, like Shieldred. Just a Hive for the Eye Tyrant. So Trespass is a little annoying here, but not so annoying that I'm that worried, so let's Fatal Push that. Ooh, Oni-Cult Anvil's pretty good, so let's just shove this food. Hit the opponent down to 3, so we're now just 1 turn away from killing them. Okay, that's fine, so let's stick the cat in the oven. Fatal Push their Shieldred. Bring the cat back. So they should just be dead here, so let's Oni-Cult Anvil. Yep. Wow, we bullied Rakdos Midrange there. Pretty impressive. Yeah, this is decent enough. Yeah, kind of similar hand to the one we had first game last match. Bit slow with the creatures, but enough going on that it's not terrible. Okay, so this is Greasefang. So let's play Oven. I am going to need my Fatal Push, I think, here, so although without anything to sacrifice. Yeah, no, we either... If they Greasefang here, we just lose. Okay, they've got Parhelion. Question is, do they have the Greasefang? Yep. Okay, that is a fairly quick game 1. So we want Leyline of the Void, Kolagon's Command. That's a sorcery, so that's not doing us much good here. Then I think we can probably... Do we want Claim the Firstborn in this matchup? I suppose if they don't have any... If it's just Greasefang on the board, that's okay. So, what are we losing here? Maybe Harvester? Doesn't really do anything for us at sorcery speed, so yeah, let's trim Harvester and just play it like this with Leyline. No black mana is no good, so yep, that's fine. Well, it's not great, but let's pop back Deadly Dispute, I think, here. We might need it for the... Yeah, let's get rid of that. Put Leyline of the Void into play. No turn 2 play is a bit sad, but we have Fable. Let's play that. Ooh, cheeky. Let's ditch... none of these. Let's attack. Let's play Mayhem Devil. Pass the turn. So we do have Fatal Push for a Greasefang, although I don't think they're going to be able to get a vehicle in the bin. Okay. Chariot, fine. How are we doing this? So, I could, yeah, wait and Deadly Dispute, although can't do that with Mayhem Devil. This is a toughie. Could just play another Devil, let them bring back their chariot, and then just kill everything they're doing. Yeah, that seems decent enough at this stage. So I'll pass the turn. Well, they don't know I don't have another push in my hand. Fair enough. So back comes Ojer Seeker's Chariot. We will take the damage here, I think. Ooh, Claim the Firstborn's pretty good, so let's take that. Let's take Greasefang. Let's copy our Mayhem Devil. Okay. Yep, that worked out reasonably well for us. On the draw is obviously going to be more difficult. Do I want any Thought Seizes? I might stick a couple in on the draw just to see if we can hit Greasefang or something that enables it. And I will take out Witness and one Oni-Cult Anvil here, I think. Not good enough without 2 lands. Has a Leyline of the Void, so is keepable. We'll pop back Swamp here, I think. Keep the Ramanap Ruins. Stick Leyline into play. Okay, so we are pretty out of stuff to do, so we need to draw into it. That's a pretty good one. So let's play Familiar. Okay, the other Thoughtseize went there, so okay, let's play Oven. So that's creating a useful little loop for us here. Okay, all this stuff's going to the bin, and then to exile. Okay, that doesn't really help them either. So let's loop the cat. Please talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Pass the turn. So their mulligan to 5 is really hurting them here. Okay, they can get a Shieldred. That's not terrible. They can't play it this turn. They can play it next turn. Well, that's comforting, isn't it? Let's ditch both these Fables. We need removal. That's not terrible. Okay, let's make an attack. Play Mayhem Devil here. Pass the turn. Okay, so there's a question here of whether I have enough to kill Shieldred. I think I probably do. That's a pretty bad draw. So I can't claim the firstborn on their Shieldred. I can just... So. No, I need the... I need the second copy of Mayhem Devil first, I think, so... Let's just pass the turn. They do get to gain 2 life, unfortunately. Greasefang doesn't do anything for them straight away. And we can't claim the firstborn that, so... Do I want to stick that in the oven? Not really. Let's take a Blood Crypt. Wait for end of turn. Because otherwise they'll attack. Cycle the old Familiar. Just ping the opponent here, I think. Crocs is pretty good, so let's steal their Greasefang. Let's attack with it. Okay, this knocks them down to 5. Now let's stick Greasefang in the oven. Hit them down to 4. Play Croxer and see what they do. Hit them down to 3. So we've got them on basically 1 turn away from dead. Because Croxer's coming back next turn. Yeah, this seems pretty good. They're on 5, but good game. Yep. Okay, let's block. Oh, not that. Oh, whoops. No, that's fine, because I can just bring it back with the food. Lol. Let's pretend that never happened. Yep. They were dead anyway, but it's, try and avoid losing the game myself. Okay, very good. So we didn't get to Ojer Axonil with, Oni-Cult Anvil, although to be fair, I don't think we ever actually drew Ojer Axonil in all of those matches, so that is just the way it goes sometimes when you play just a few games, but I'm sure others will have had more success with that combo than I have, but it was good fun, and the deck's still very powerful. I mean, maybe there are other, maybe swapping this out for another card is for the best, but even with that in, the deck could still function pretty well on its own. It went a pretty reasonable 3-0 there, so yeah, pretty good. Thank you very much for watching. Here's the deck list one more time. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.